Hi guys, welcome back to Vintology by Lola. I have something I just wanted to share with you. It's not very long. Well, I always say it's not going to be very long, but you know how I roll. Okay, so here's what I wanted to share with you is I have a bunch of glassine bags and envelopes, and I ordered them on Amazon, and they were really reasonable. I'm going to say $7 for 100 of them. Okay, to me that was really reasonable, especially when I see what they are on Etsy for just plain white ones. And I have loved that they are different colors. But the process of coloring every single one of them is, I don't know about anyone else, I find it somewhat tedious, and I don't like to do each one by itself. But when I started looking on YouTube and I started looking on Pinterest and stuff, I could not find anybody who had a process video to show how to get them dyed. And there are a couple of people who sell them on Etsy, and I thought, they cannot take an ink pad and smear it on every single time. There's just no way. Because here's the size of my ink pad, of my Timmy ink pad, and here's the size of the envelope. And if I'm going to do 10 or 12 of these, I am not going to smear every single one of these the whole time, every single time I want an envelope. I'm just not going to. So it's great if you're going to coffee stain it, because I'm all about the sprayer and spraying it and sticking it in the oven. That's perfect. But how am I going to get color? Well, someone had suggested Kool-Aid, and I thought that was a great idea. But I have a bunch of inks and stains in my arsenal, and I thought, why not just try it? Put it in the spray bottle and see what happens. And oh my gosh, you guys, it worked like a dream. I literally put my envelopes in the sink, just like this, completely dry, okay? Filled up my sprayer with water, and I used drops of ink. And I'm going to show you what I used patina for metal. I know it's for metal, but I have like, I'm not kidding, probably 15 different bottles of this for some of the jewelry stuff I've done. So I used some drops of this, and I used drops of Adirondack alcohol ink, and I used different colors of that, and I used it separately. I didn't mix it, but you could. I used some of Timmy's Distress Stain, and then I used this because I had a ton of this. I don't even know if they sell this anymore. This Adirondack color wash, and sometimes I used this straight, and sometimes I watered it down. Okay, now here's the deal. I couldn't tell you exactly what I used because every time I used something, I used a different mix. Sometimes I used it heavy, sometimes I used it light. Okay, so here's the results I got. This was these here were a straight spray. I have a brown that's gone now. I used it all up. But this was a straight spray and then baked for these delicious brown ones. So these are like a yummy coffee. Okay, so these were perfect. So for a very distressed one. I found it really interesting though, is that these went all the way through. Here's this one that went all the way through. So it was really, really cool that it was just perfect. I mean, they were saturated, absolutely saturated. And every single one of them turned out different, obviously. Okay, so I loved that. That turned out perfect. This was a green that was kind of like peeled paint, but it was a patina. Okay, so it was a patina that was like a peeled paint, and that one turned out great, but it was really funny because that one I had to wait for it to completely cool, and then I had to go in with a bone folder, see, and I left one so you guys could see where it stuck together. So you have to, let me see if I can find, well, even just like a small thin ruler, and you have to gently ply it apart. That's the only problem that I had, was that some of the dies, I don't know if the dies were sticky or they have something in them that they want to stay together. Do not try to take them apart while they are still warm. You have to wait for them to completely dry, because I lost a couple of bags while they were still hot, thinking, oh, I'll just take them apart now. While they're hot, it was like, it was like they just wanted to rip. So I waited until they completely cooled. Now, when they completely cool, they come apart with no problem. You have to be gentle, because obviously glassine is a very thin material. So you have to do it very gingerly, be kind, be gentle. And if you do have a little bit of a hole, well, so then you're going to cover it up with another piece of paper. Okay, so I did get a little bit of a hole here. You can see that. So I know that that one I'm going to have to cover up, or you can cut it. But overall, I only lost, I think I lost 3 of them because I was in a hurry. Other than that, I didn't see any other problem. So those turned out beautiful. These are the ones I just am in love with. I did iron them too, because they were really wrinkled. So, but look at this yummy color in between kind of a pink and a purple. So these were really, really pretty. I was so happy with these. These were kind of, this was kind of the main reason I was doing it, is because I wanted a pink, and those turned out just yummy. And when I pressed them, oh, they just turned out so yummy. So those are totally ready to go. And then I have a turquoise, which is so pretty, 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 pretty. I highly recommend trying it, you guys. It is so cost effective to do it on your own. So if you have any dyes, add it to a water bottle, shake it up. Like I said, I did it in the sink, and then I just Cometed my sink. You know, I used Comet, and it all came out. My nails, well, my nails, since I took off my other nails, since we know that our hair is going to grow out and we're going to see totally what everyone's hair looks like, we're going to grow out our nails and give them a break from my gel nails. We're going to see what everything looks like. So while I was doing the dyeing, and I was kind of on a dyeing phase, I decided, while I was waiting for some of my loveliness to come from, I did write the name down, you guys. You'll be very proud of me. I have the name from my scrap cabin. While I was waiting for my seam binding to come from Erin, and I highly recommend, again, another thing I highly recommend is if you need seam binding, that you head over to my scrap cabin on Etsy and you get some seam binding if you need some from Erin. She is fabulous. Not only is this came literally, I ordered it on like a Tuesday night. It was here by Friday morning. It came, and not only did it come with a wonderful note, a handwritten note from her, she stuck in a free set of binding, and then she sent me a coupon for 15% off my next order. So not only did it come fast, not only did it come with a coupon, it came with a little freebie, which was nice. And all of her colors, you guys, actually look like the colors online. That's how much she matches her stuff. But anyway, I digress. I got my order, and I did the shabby chic one, which were 9 or 12 of them. But in the meantime, I happened to be at a garage sale last year or 2 years ago, and someone had an entire roll of the seam binding that everybody uses, a brand new roll for 50 cents. They did not know what they had. So, oh, and here, see? So it comes with this little sweet note, too. She handwrites a hand note everything. So, anyway, I digress. Again, what is new, you guys? If you've been here, you know that I am just all over the road like a damn squirrel. Okay, so, anyway, so I was waiting, and last year I had decided that the reason I had bought the seam binding at the garage sale was, how hard can it be to dye your own, right? So I had put on Instagram last year that I had tried it myself. And so I decided, I haven't, you know, my hands are dirty from dyeing these bags. I'm going to try it again. So I pulled out my Timmy Distress markers. And I have my glass mat that I've been using lately, and it has a dream. I forgot how nice it is to work on glass instead of plastic. And so I pulled out these and started using them. Again, I use my Distress sprayer, and you use some of the Distress crayons, and you literally, all you do is you choose a color and you smear it on here like you're coloring. I'm not kidding, that is all you do. You spray some water on here, go like this, and I'm just going to cut a small piece off, you guys, of the white. You take it and you put it on here, and you get it until it is completely covered. Now, if it isn't covered enough, then you just take it and you go like this again, just like that. Spray some more water. Smear it up again. Put your ribbon seam binding back in it. Do like that. Okay. Then you just crinkle it up in your hands. Then you can use a blow dryer or you can use your heat tool. Then you just use your heat tool, dry it, and you have lovely seam binding for whatever color. So these are the colors that I have for the crayons. Okay, you can also use your inks. Any of these inks work too. It just is a little bit messier. This is a really easy way to do it without making a huge mess. So let me show you the colors that I ended up making. So I made peeled paint. I made pink. Go pink. I made light blue. I made peach. I made robin's egg blue. I made lipstick. I made sage. I made, I don't know, powder blue. I made yellow. I made lavender. I made a purple, and I made a gray. Now, these are the colors that I made just using these crayons. Now, I loved it. It's very relaxing. I do it all in a kind of assembly line. So I do all my colors, crunch them all up, put them to the side, and then I just dry them all. You can use, I said, like your heat tool, or you can use a blow dryer. Or if you don't have either, you can crumple them up and you can just leave them somewhere to dry for a couple days, and that works too. And then you get that crumpled up look. They are so easy to do and they are so fun. So if you don't want to buy your own, you can go on Amazon and you can just buy the roll of seam binding. And let me see if I can find it. Hang on for just a second here. Hang on, guys. Snug Hug. Here it is. I knew I could find it. Here it is. Snug Hug. You can buy it. I want to say it's about $11, but it is literally 100 yards. So you can get a lot of seam binding, different colors. So this is a really fun project. And in my next video, I will show you what I am doing with all of the seam binding. So today is what I am dyeing. So that is about all for now, guys. I would really like to thank everybody who is new to my channel, who has come over. I really appreciate it. It's really been nice that my numbers have gone up, and I so appreciate you coming over and looking to see what I'm doing. And if you've stuck with me, I appreciate that too. And I hope that you're all doing well. And I just want to say it's been so great. Everyone's had so many great ideas out there. And I feel like a squirrel. I feel like a squirrel because every time someone puts something new up, I'm like, I want to try that. I want to do that. So if you guys have something new or different, put it up and show everybody. That's kind of what I'm feeling like, is I could put something new and different up every day, but I feel like then I'm just copying everybody else. So I'm trying to do stuff that's a little bit different than everybody else so that I can show something different and maybe give someone else a different idea. Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. I don't know. I feel like because I'm not talking to anybody, I'm just rambling because there's like only people to talk to on the phone and stuff. Anyway, that's about it, people. I hope that I've entertained you in some way or taught you something new or different. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Stay well, stay healthy, have some fun, keep creating, share it, and I will talk to you soon. Love and peace. Bye.